Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Oakland Women's Soccer Notebook. My name is Neal Ruhl, the broadcast voice of the Golden Grizzlies. And right now, as we usually are, we're joined by the head coach of the Oakland Golden Grizzlies women's soccer side. Of course, he is Juan Pablo Favero. And JuanPa, appreciate your time as always. And look, right now, when I say this, JuanPa, it is factual. You are the coach of one of the hottest teams in the country right now, an 8-match winning streak. You guys got it going right now, JuanPa.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a fun ride this half of the season, and obviously the girls are flying high. They're playing really good soccer, and it's no coincidence that we're getting the results, but it goes back to our process. It goes back to our way of playing, and as this has been a 5-year process, building block by block, recruiting class by recruiting class, and concept by concept. And, I think we're playing some really high-end complete football on both sides of the ball. And so it's fun. It's fun. It's rewarding for us to see it finally. We've seen bits and pieces, but it's definitely all coming together now and at the right time.
JuanPa, it's funny too, because you talk about that journey, and you and I have had many a discussion about that. I was here when you started, obviously, and as this thing has rolled through, you and I have kind of covered some of those checkpoints. It's weird to me how, cliches are cliches for a reason, right? And the one that I really think jumps out to me is things are the darkest before the light is the most. And, you guys walked off that pitch. You were 1-7 this year. And you never wavered. Like you told me, I'm going to admit, like I wavered, as somebody who follows the side, but deep down though, JuanPa, I think I did know, because the players on this team, there's too much talent on this team. They were not a 1-7 team. And I know you are what your record says you are, but the offensive talent certainly was just too great. And there's a long list of players, but Sammy Lopez, Alexis Seba, going on down the line. There was too much talent on this team. You knew this moment would come, even if a lot of others did not.
I mean, I believed it would come. If I'm honest, it was dark. It was dark because we were 1-7 and we'd been there before at a different stage. And we knew we had challenged our team with a really difficult schedule. We didn't expect it to, yield the 1-7 record. Quite frankly, we didn't expect to be 8-0. Of course we would have liked that, but 1-7 was truly not a good reflection on the quality. But we had to fine tune some things. We not just was it against really high level teams. We were allowing too many goals early in the year, and we weren't scoring enough. And that's not a good recipe for wins, right? Of course, now it's flipped. We're scoring a lot of goals, and we're not allowing many at all. And so that's the story. But the story behind the story is that our team, quite frankly, had to go through this and had to stay with it and had to still stay confident and believing in each other, believing in our process. And we went through some turmoil in order to get here. And yeah, so definitely it was dark, and it's definitely better now. The nice thing is I see, our team not satisfied and obviously hungry for more. We put ourselves in a really good position in the league. We've locked up at least the number 2 seed with 2 games left to play, which is unbelievable. Thursday we had locked the number 3 with 3 games to play, but our goal initially wasn't to finish second or third, and so we have an opportunity to reach our goal. The vision for this program when I got here was to rebuild it back to a championship level, and we're not there yet. A lot of work still left to do, but it's good to be in this position, with 2 games left that we get to play for that.
It's the Oakland Women's Soccer Notebook. My name is Neal Ruhl, broadcast voice of Golden Grizzlies, here, Juan Pablo Favero. Their squad right now riding high, 8-match winning streak. They have a matchup coming up this weekend on Saturday against Milwaukee. We'll touch on that in just a couple of seconds. But Juan Pa, have you caught yourself at all taking a step back through all this? We talked about this 5-year rebuild. And from day one, when you got here, you said, Neal, and I'm paraphrasing here, this isn't a direct quote, but you essentially told me, you said, Neal, look, I'm stripping this thing down and we're going to build up to a style. We're going to implement a style that we want to play, and it's going to be hard. And this process is going to be long. But through all of it, JuanPa, even the peaks and the valleys, with that being said, there was a constant sign of improvement. I mean, you guys were like a mutual fund. It just kept creeping up and kept creeping up. And, you guys really did put this in kind of brick by brick.
Yeah, and the vision and the process, this is always, I guess, the architecture behind how we were wanting to do this. Not just me. Brian has been here all 5 years, and he's an integral part of what we're doing, of the teaching and of the coaching. And he's been a phenomenal right-hand person to have. But we always said, and we've had other great assistants as well, and Kia's doing a great job right now as well. And so, but it's always been long-term sustainability. Like, we didn't want to just be like, and this happens, and sometimes you need to do this, is you come in, you have a great year, and then it just drops, right, for whatever reason. And that's not been our story. We knew that this was going to be difficult and that this was going to take time. And so we didn't want to take shortcuts in the process, in terms of the style, in terms of the culture, in terms of, the recruiting. We've opted to heavily recruit freshman classes with a few transfers here or there. And it's because we wanted to have this to be sustainable. So, yes, it has been a steady progress. We were waiting for that big jump. Again, I think we've seen that in league play for sure. Is that dominant way of playing, where all the things we've taught have come together. So yes, to answer your question, against NKU, very late in the game, like with a minute left, I sat down and I soaked it in. Not because it's done, because we're not done yet, and this isn't over. But for us to play the way we played against NKU, who's the defending champion, who's a phenomenal team with a coach I respect a lot, and to put that kind of performance on the road, it was important for me to sit back and soak it in a little bit. And we've told the team, we got to also be conscious of enjoying these good moments, because in the ups and downs, the downs are hard, and the ups are awesome, but you have to sit back on both. And have perspective. And so this is a fun. Again, we got to keep going. There's 2 huge games left in the regular season. We know we'll be getting a bye and being at least a 2 seed, which is awesome. So we know we'll keep playing no matter what happens in these next 2 games. So we want to put ourselves in the best possible position.
Well, JuanPa, let's get to it. I mean, this is the story, the overriding story. 4:00, the Oakland soccer field. Milwaukee's in town. I mentioned the fact that you guys are one of the hottest teams in the country. Milwaukee is 9-0. So they're just as hot, certainly, as you guys are. And look, we know the book on them. We know that they are, I think it's very fair to say, they're the gold standard of women's soccer in the Horizon League. You got them coming to your place. I know we're hoping to get a big crowd, and anybody that's out there watching right now, if you're a part of the Oakland soccer family, please try to make your way out to the Oakland soccer field. Match will also be on ESPN Plus as well. JuanPa, the bottom line is this: there's going to be a lot of eyeballs on this game this weekend against Milwaukee. Everything's on the table. Everything's on the line. But this is what you wanted. This is what you've worked towards, and now you have the opportunity to go ahead and take a hold of it.
Yeah, for sure. And so both teams have locked 1 or 2, right? We've locked a bye, and now we're playing for a trophy. The trophy will not be won, I don't think, on Saturday. There's still 3 more points after that that we would have to take care of as well. But the reality is, like we've taught all year, is 3 points at a time, 1 game at a time. I've always tried to keep people kind of focused on that. Even, I think the last time we talked, you always reference Milwaukee, and it's an obvious reference because they are the gold standard, like you just said. And I have a lot of respect for that. I know how hard that is. I was part of an experience similar to that at San Diego State, where we just were the dominant team year after year. And it's hard to sustain that. And so that says a lot about that program. You know, nothing lasts forever. And, that's not disrespect to them. They're a phenomenal team, and they're going to obviously show up ready to go, and we will as well. And obviously they didn't win the regular season last year. I know it was COVID year and a lot of weird things happening or whatever, but they're still the best team. The stats prove that, the record proves that. That's where we want to be. And so, like you said, we have that opportunity. We want to prove to ourselves, period, that we are at that caliber. We think we've come close, and it should be a really fun game. We definitely, echoing what you just said, want to fill that hill. So alumni, parents, student body at Oakland, Grizz Nation, recruits, come out. It should be a phenomenal game with everything on the line. Really a fan's dream to watch a game of that caliber with two dominant teams. We've been the top two teams in this league this year, hands down. So it should be fun.
And that's why I always like to say, JuanPa, I mean, if you're black and gold, if you're an Oakland fan, these are the moments you really need to come take these in, because you don't get this all the time. Even Milwaukee, through all their success, through this run, how many times have they had, it comes down to this match, and at 4:00 at the Oakland soccer field, it's going to go down. As the kids would say, JuanPa, it's going down for real.
Yeah, for sure. And again, contrasting styles. They have their way of winning. We've established ours. We'll see what happens. I know they'll bring their best game, and so will we. And I love our team. I know they'll be ready. And we'll see. I'm eager to watch that. Obviously, we got to prepare and train, and Saturday we'll be here when it's Saturday. In the meantime, we'll prepare our team to play at our best, and that's all I can focus on.
I know the student athletes certainly will bring their best. JuanPa, you and the coaching staff will bring their best. I'll bring my best on the ESPN Plus broadcast as well. I'm so excited, not only for this match, not only for Oakland, but for you personally, because it took a lot of vision to get to this moment. Now the moment will be here on Saturday. Appreciate the time as always, and good luck.
Thank you. And obviously, just before we go, it is senior day as well. If we wanted to add one more thing, and so this is obviously senior games are what they are. We honor our seniors after the game, but we have such a, it's 9 seniors. It's 1 super senior, and Ashley Postma, obviously, who decided to come back after last year, and she's been phenomenal. But it's 9 seniors, and this class was the first recruiting class that we brought in, so this is our first cycle. So for us and for them to be at this point, we're excited for this group, the whole team, but this group to be honored, on Saturday. It's a group that's near and dear to our hearts, what better way to finish your senior year than in a fashion of playing, your last regular season home game against such a good opposition, with a chance to set yourself up to be a 1 seed. So it'll be fun for them as well. And we're grateful for all of our seniors that will be recognized, their families. And so it's, it'll have extra meaning. If we needed it, there'll be that extra dose of meaning and motivation for that game.
Yeah, there is no question about it. That initial recruiting class, they're the ones that put the faith in you, that put the faith in this program. And JuanPa really did, when you break it all down, the math suggests they were the ones that really put the wheels in motion for all this.
Yeah, it's building blocks, right?
Right.
And certainly, again, the senior class that we coached, last year was our first kind of group that we coached, but we didn't recruit them. We said we adopted them in a sense, and we did. They were ours. Once we were here, they were ours. This group is different because we went out and handpicked them, right? And so that's what we have. It's a team of players that we selected, that we've invested in, that we've taught, that they have taught us things. So, obviously always senior days have mixed emotions, but either the main emotion is we are grateful for this group and everything they've done to help turn the tide, to put the program where it's at today. So we want them to go on a bang, obviously, and they have their motivations, and I know they'll show up ready to go, ready to lead, and ready to perform. We love our players. Obviously, seniors take a little extra, kind of meaning because their journey is coming to an end, and so you have that extra motivation for them. I know the other girls will play hard, even to honor them on Saturday.
Absolutely. Well, again, JuanPa, I certainly do appreciate the time. 4:00. We will kick at the Oakland soccer field. If you're a Golden Grizzlies fan, love to see you out there. Appreciate the time, my friend. Good luck.
Thank you, Neal. Go Golden Grizzlies. Come out Saturday, 4 p.m. We need you there.